Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another trading video. Today, I had probably my best trading day so far. I'm currently going for a challenge on a small prop firm account to get funded. It's a 5K account, but at the level that I'm at, I think that is a relevant challenge. And I'm going for it full on to test my strategy and potentially get funded. I'm putting myself in a position where I would like to get funded next week. I just have to take the account to 5,500 and I will be funded. It's a one-step challenge. I got access to that challenge because the academy that I go to, where I have my mentors teaching how to trade, they had a partnership with this firm. So every student that they see that has potential, they offer this challenge to, basically. So let's take a look at what I did today, because I'm very proud of what I did today. However, I'm seeing the market go crazy right now. So let's just take a look. Today, these are my three trades. I'm currently only trading three pairs: GBP USD, Euro USD, and gold. My main focus is always gold, but I always look for setups on the three pairs that I just mentioned. And I'm freaking big right now. You guys are not seeing my screen. That's so funny. Okay, let me see. Perfect. Now you guys can see my screen. Okay. So I should be here. Perfect. Now let's talk about what I did today. So these are the three trades that I took: GBP, Euro dollar, and gold. I wanted to short all of them because let's start with GBP. Let's start with my analysis on GBP. So before it went bananas, as you can see here, before it did that, I'm going to show you my analysis, because right now it's just going crazy. And I'm seeing that I could have taken advantage of that. And my analysis on GBP was backwards. I believe that I need to go back and take a look at my weekly and daily levels for GBP, especially the daily, to see my actual bias, because I'm currently bearish on GBP. I'm currently bearish on everything, to be honest. But I think that's a solid mistake, because I mean, currently on the higher time frame, I would say that it's ranging. It's not very clear that we are on a... Actually, I would keep my bearish structure, but that's for later. I'm going to take a look at the charts with more in-depth analysis. Here's what I did. So last night, I saw that we were approaching a break of structure on the 15-minute. And that gave me the indication of, okay, this movement that I'm seeing right here, which was today, it started very early on, I believe it was London session. No, let's see what the sessions look like. I was seeing that price was basically showing an indication, and I wanted to trade the correction. So yeah, blue is London. London basically raced everything. New York is going insane right now. And on the 15-minute, I identified a fair value gap to the upside, which should have told me, okay, price probably is going to come here, gather liquidity, and then jump up, which is exactly what it's doing right now. I'm going to show you the reason why GBP only gave me $1 today, because I took out my fib on the 15-minute. I'm actually taking my fib out on the 30th minute to see it more clearly. Let me turn off these sessions. And I take my fib and I draw it like this. So basically, I started monitoring price around this time, and I started seeing this 30-minute candle form, and I saw the 30-minute candle close below the 23.6. So considering I'm bearish, and I was looking for price to start. Of course, I had this 4-hour PD array that we'll talk about. Let me actually mention that real quick, because of course I saw this 4-hour PD array. I was like, okay, there's going to be a bunch of liquidity sitting here. I even took a note of it. There's resting liquidity here. And even if I'm bear, for me to look for proper short setups, I'll rather wait for this resting liquidity. However, today I saw an opportunity and I wanted to take it because my fib was giving me clear indications that we could still see price test this level that has been testing for the longest time. And it actually did that. So I took the trade. Let's see. Let's go to the chart here on MetaTrader. And as you can see, I took the trade. And as soon as I took the trade, I went to my economic calendar on investing.com. And I took a deeper look because I made a mistake last night. And by mistake, I removed the UK from my pairs, from my countries that investing filters for me. And so I missed the CPI. And we had a very positive CPI, I think. Actually, it was PPI that was really positive. We had a, let me see. So we had an actual CPI less than expected. So that was bearish for GBP. But I missed this PPI. The PPI was actually very bullish for the GBP. And crude oil inventories was very bullish as well, right? So that this crude oil inventories is the main reason why we're seeing this right now. Because if we go to the oil index, look at this shit. It had a massive drop. So that's the reason why we saw this massive bullish movement. And it's actually making sense on a couple of them, because right now we're seeing that on gold, it's grabbing all this liquidity above this 1-hour PD array. In the GBP, that's the one we're looking into right now. It's looking like it's going to do the same, going for this resting liquidity. It probably took some of that. You know, it's never this accurate. It's just testing this 4-hour PD array, and it could be an indication to move down even further if we're bearish. And the euro dollar is the one that's given the highest indication, which is going to the 1-hour array that I identified, and it actually wicked up, grabbing some of the resting liquidity. So we're probably going to be looking for short setups for the rest of the week. But let's keep analyzing what happened on GBP, because all of this is using SMC concepts, guys, by the way, with some indication correction and continuation analysis as well. But on GBP, basically, that's what happened. You can see it here on MetaTrader. When I looked at the PPI and I saw it was so bullish, I got out of the trade because I was like, okay, this is not going to be bearish today, because I was basically trading the news today. So I was like, this is not going to happen. This is definitely going to pump up, and it's actually going to be good for my further setups because it's going to approach that 4-hour PD array on the top. So, no, mi amor, estoy grabando, mi vida. No sé, mi amor. So basically that's what we saw with the GBP. I was able to exit the trade on time, even though I could have stayed on the trade a little bit more with patience, having a stop loss above this previous swing high, and I could have gotten a better outcome. I think I would have actually hit my take profit on the initial trade, but I didn't want to take chances. I wanted to be sure, and I wanted to base myself exclusively on fundamentals. Now let's take a look at the second one, which was the euro dollar. This is the one that I did the best risk management out of them all. Actually, gold as well. But let's take a look at what happened on the euro dollar, because it's basically the same. As I said, on all of them, I wanted to short. So I was looking at the fib like this, and I was like, okay. So on the fib, drop down to the 5-minute. Actually, I drew it on the 30, and I saw price doing the exact same thing as it did before, which was crossing the 23.6 area. It closed below the 23.6 area, so I decided to take the trade. I entered the trade, and the reason you're seeing what you're seeing is because when the trade approached, because literally my take profit was around here. My take profit was around here for a 1 to 2. I'm doing mostly 1 to 2. Could have done a 1 to 3 potentially, but I did a 1 to 2. So as soon as I got here to this profit level, I closed half of the position. So I basically, this was my TP1 and this was my TP2. It hit my TP1, so I decided to move the trade to break even and leave 50% on the table to give me a risk-free trade to the downside. And it ended up giving me this crazy wick on this candle, so it took me out, and I only took $11.75. So that's basically what happened, and we're seeing live while you guys are watching this video, while I'm recording this video, what the price action is looking like. And I'm definitely going to be looking for short setups, on this euro dollar, because it literally went for this resting liquidity, and now price is calming down. You can see it on the 5 minute. So that's what happened on the euro. I was able to do proper risk management because I saw price hit 50% of my trade. I took my profits and secured a risk-free trade for the remaining 50% of the trade, which is exactly what happened on gold. So gold was a fantastic trade. Could have been, I'm still refining my process of entering trades, just so I can be more precise. How did I? Okay, I actually drew the fib like this on gold. So this was my trade on gold. I saw that it was already testing this 1 hour PD array that I identified. So I was like, okay, I'm bear. I'm seeing price close below the 78.6 area. And I know we should wait for confirmation on this 61.8. But I was pretty confident that it was going to go to this 23.6 level to test it. And given the fact that I saw a 15-minute break of structure here, which is also a 30-minute break of structure if we adjust it here, I was like, okay, we're definitely going to see price retest this levels right here, this area. This was my area of take profit. So I went into the trade. Let's see exactly where I entered the trade. I entered the trade on, I can see that by just hovering above this, at 44.89. So I entered the trade at 44.89. So I actually waited for this candle to close. So I waited for this candle to close right here, and that's where I entered the trade. Took my take profit to 23.6 right above it. And here's exactly what happened. As you can see, there are two take profits. Same thing as with the euro dollar. I saw price hit my 50% level of take profit. I took profits and left the trade running with break even on my stop loss. So I had a risk-free trade, and then it hit my TP2 very cleanly. So I won the entire position. So that was my TP2. Again, very solid risk management. One thing that I want to say is that if you guys are going to be trading Forex and you're going to be trading on MetaTrader 5, make sure you learn how to use this expert advisors, because when you want to enter a trade, you want to be very surgical. And if you're doing it like me, that you're entering on the 5 minute, there's, the 5 minute at any point it can go crazy and start gathering momentum, which is just you losing potential good entries. And you don't want to have to go to something like this calculator here and calculating everything, or you want to do that beforehand and have your values on your calculator already there, so you know the trade size. And then you might want to do a just one click of a button with your entry size here, and then adjust manually the stop loss. But I like using this expert advisor where I just go to balance risk. I always want to risk 1% of my account. It would adjust the lot size automatically I'll put my stop loss, and that's it. So very much I suggest that you guys take care of that, because it's really important that you enter trades surgically. And today I had an issue with that. I actually, on gold, I could have entered, because I wanted to enter on gold right here. This is where I wanted to enter, and it took me all this. It took me 5.5 minutes basically, as we see these 2 5-minute candles, basically 5.5 minutes to 6 minutes for me to actually I'm sorry, it took me like 7 minutes for me to actually be able to enter the trade, which shouldn't happen. Like, you should have your systems in place. So that's basically it. That's what happened today. That was a really good trading day. I actually have my account close to amending all these mistakes that you can see here, which were huge mistakes, especially this $100 one on gold. But now we're looking good. It actually says that I'm $10 in profit, but with swaps, and not swaps, but spreads and commissions, I'm $5 negative. But overall on the trades, I'm $10 positive. I'll keep trading this account. I just have to literally have 5 days like this, and I will get funded, and I'll be able to use that account and start trading with that account being funded. So that's basically it, guys. Hope you got something from this video. Hope you got value from this video. This is just me like literally journaling for myself. I really go back and watch these videos, and I leave them out there on the internet so you guys can learn from my mistakes and learn from what I'm doing as well, because I'm at a beginner stage, honestly. I mean, yes, I'm going for that challenge, but I'm still beginner phase. So now that's it for today. Peace and love. Stay sharp out there, guys.